What's up, everybody? Spare What a Gun here from Sleepless Nights with another episode on the Crackpack server. When we left off, we were doing some thaumaturgery, as I like to call it, and also Adrian and I went on an adventure in the Twilight Forest. Is that a butterfly? I believe it is. I don't have my scoop, or I would steal the butterfly. So a lot has actually happened on my end in terms of Thaumcraft and on Adrian's end in terms of housing. This is no longer his house anymore. He has moved. As you can see, he's also started quarrying, much to the dismay of the landscape. So he's done a few quarries to get some resources, but this is his new place. I don't want to show too much of it off without him here. And the world won't even load. He had started a witchery area, I think, but I don't know if he's done. I don't think he's done with it, but he was giving himself some room. So that's... Oh, it's a slime block. Whee! So that's his new place. We'll tour that at some point whenever we get on here next. At the moment, it's quiet on the server. No one's here. It's late, actually. So I wanted to show off. I've done some progress on the house. I can't remember how much of the house I've shown, but I've got the border, the trunk setup, and the flooring, along with the lattice work for the first layer done, with the exception of this node. I'm probably going to move this node, so I don't really want to... I haven't been able to break that yet. I put these little... They're not warded, they're just arcane as kind of a feature kind of thing. And then we've got our stairway up to what will be the next floor. I'm not entirely sure how I want to plan this out. I think whatever's going to be the top is going to be bees. And then the other areas are just going to be other stuff. My Thaumcraft stuff is kind of moving. It's kind of taking over here. We've got our Arcane Infusion Altar, which we've used in the... Well, actually, I don't know that I've shown very much of it. I used it in the past couple episodes. Or the episode before last. It's very scary. It terrifies me. Now, the other thing is, you might notice I'm carrying a bow this episode. This is my Bow of Bone. I haven't renamed it yet. I should. Check this out. Repair 2, Infinity 1, Flame 1, Power 5, and Punch 2. It's amazing. And the Bone Bow is from Thaumcraft, and part of its skill thing is that when you draw it all the way back, it just releases. So once you draw it fully back, it just fires. So you can kind of like auto-fire. And to give you an example of the damage it does, let's... Wow, where did all these creepers come from? 1. That was 3, I think, on that. Just look at that! Bam! It's like 3 or 4 on that skeleton or zombie that had full glowstone armor. Which glowstone is actually pretty decent. I don't remember what exactly damage-wise it does. So anyways, some of you might be wondering, dude, how did you get that lucky to get that many enchantments? It wasn't luck. It was magic. So that is, at the moment, kind of the hallmark of this episode that I want to show off. Ta-da! Ta-da-da-da-da-da! I couldn't resist. So this is my enchantment room, my new enchantment room. I like the obsidian and the sandstone and the wood and all that, so it took me a while to come up with this design, but I'm happy with it. It looks menacing, creepy, and arcane, but awesome all at the same time. So this is an osmotic, osmosis, osmotonin. I don't know how you're supposed to say that. I'm going to call it osmotic enchanter. This, let me grab my book of intelligence here, and I'm proud to say, with the exception of Gollumancy I've done very little in because I haven't found a use for them yet. I've maxed everything out. I've researched everything. I'm excited. I've done all of it. I think, Let me double check real quick, except for wands. Basic is done. Alchemy should be done. Yep, nothing there. The only thing that I haven't done in wands, I've done all of this stuff, and I've actually made these two, and that's what we're going to talk about in a minute. I have the bone. No, I do not. What one did I do? I did the blaze rod wand core, and I have silverwood and then staves. But I don't have the quartz, icy, obsidian, reed, or bone wand cores, and I don't have any of the staff cores because I really don't have a desire to use staves. So that's the only thing I haven't done in thaumaturgy, which is like wand. Golemancy's not done. Thaumic tinkering, done. Actually, that's what this is from, so we'll get to that in a second. And it's got some really cool wand focus cores I want to get into, like, what is it? This one? When someone is propelled, you create a wand focus that will propel the holder in the direction that they are looking. I kind of want to try that just to see what it does. The Apocrypha, I think, is done, and they've got some cool wand cores too that hold more viz and things. This one, it's just a crowbar for railcraft, and then we have the bees. So other than Golemancy and some wand cores, I'm basically researched completely. I haven't made everything, but Thaumic tinkering. So with Thaumic tinkering, you make an osmotic enchanter, which is done like this: an enchantment table, 5 obsidian tiles, which can be crafted. Totems cannot. Tiles can be. Thom ingots and spellbinding cloth. All this stuff. This, I got really lucky. It popped like 3 or 4 of these things off, but I managed to make it in one try. And it's got instability of dangerous. Scared me to death. Anyways, so the short version is it's an enchantment table on steroids. The way it works is you put an enchantment, or an enchanter down, and then within the table was after you. Where does it talk about the pillars? There it is. For this to work, there need to be 6 pillars in the nearby vicinity, 4 blocks away at max. These pillars need to be at the same level of the table, and they need to be made out of obsidian totem blocks, and at least 2 high. They can be up to 12, but from what I researched, there's no noticeable difference between a 2 tall totem and a 12 tall. And then you put a niter on top, which allows the enchanter to pull flux energy from them. So you have, these are totems, not tiles. They have to be found out in the world, which sucks. That's why it took me so long to get this. But you need 6 totems of at least 2 high with a niter on top, and then this will work. And what it does, this beautiful machinery, is I have a new Thaumic harness, because the one I enchanted through a vanilla enchantment table only got me like protection 2, and I was like, well, that sucks. But the biggest thing is this lets you get speed, or haste. Haste makes you fly faster, which is the #1 complaint I have with this thermostatic harness, is you fly really slow. So basically, you go in and you select the enchantments that you want. In this case, I've maxed them all out. I have Repair 2, Haste 3, Thorns 3, and then a kind of protection. If you do Fire, Blast, whatever, you can't do protection or anything else. So you have to pick what protection you want. I picked Protection 4 because it's the all-around most useful. And then it tells you how many of each Viz element you need. And in this case, Perdido, I'm very low on. Terra, I'm almost halfway through, or over halfway. So what you do is you take your wand. Now I don't know if wearing your thumb stuff will help this. I have that in my inventory to test out. It doesn't help that. Maybe the cost, I don't know. So when you put this in here, you'll notice this is going up. This is not, because I don't have any Perdido in the wand. So this is done now. And I only have 1.93. So instead of using levels, it drains your wand of Viz for that particular element. So we need Perdido, and then we can max this out. It'll have all these enchantments on it. It's awesome. It's pretty much just as amazing as it sounds. And I'm probably going to do a set of these guys again with this kind of stuff. Now, the the biggest point I like about this is not only can you pick what you want, but if you max everything out to where like this, I need 145, my wand only holds 100. You don't actually have to do it in one sitting. Now, I don't know what happens if you pull this out. I haven't tried it, but if you take the wand out, you can leave that on the table, walk away, and go recharge your wand. I have an elevator here to go up to the next floor for ease of use. So you can run back over here, pick up your energy, and, you know, put it back in, and it'll just keep enchanting it. So some people I've seen are like, oh, I don't want to do high levels because I can't do them all with my wand. But for me, that's the perk, is you can max out completely enchantments. You'd have amazing enchantments. Now, what's the next step, you might be asking? The wand is the next step. I need to find a more consistent way of recharging it. So my plan is how this is under the infusion altar. Under here, I plan on putting another room with the wand charging altar and some nodes that I'm going to release that I have captured in jars. So I'm going to pause it for a little while, work on that for a little bit. I can guarantee you that it's not going to be finished. My plan for this episode is to actually clear out the space and get the pedestal set up, put the nodes in, and then kind of build at my own pace around it. But I don't think I have the time or the energy right now while I'm recording this to actually sit through and go, what kind of design do I want here? And what if I did this? And, you know. So I'm going to pause it, do some work, and we'll be back in a bit. Okay, so I've cleared out the area. I have not actually done anything with it yet. It's just a big open area. Let's just put up some torches. I do have the basically main points of the last room perimeter cut out here, which was helpful. It helped me figure out where exactly I needed everything. So we should put it right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's the exact center of the room. So I'm going to place the pedestal down. Now, okay, there's a couple of things here. We have aqua, ignis, ordo, aqua, ordo, perdido, terra, era. Okay, this one has Nvidia, okay, which is not a root element. So then we have this one, a compound recharge focus. Now I don't know entirely how to do this part. Let's tab over to thaumaturgy. So the first one is this specifically crafted pedestal. Anyone placed in it will automatically draw viz from nearby nodes. Nodes will not be fully drained unless it is using a poor quality wand such as an iron or stick. Since we have silver wood and thaumium caps, we should be fine. But there's this, which is basically the focus can be placed on top of a wand recharge pedestal, which will allow any wand it contains to siphon off the compound viz from nearby nodes. Unfortunately, each point of compound viz is broken down into a single point of the primal viz, and all the excess is lost. However, it is a good start, and you are sure you'll discover better ways to access the resource. So essentially, when you have nodes... oh, I see. So basically, when you have nodes that have, like this one, that has something that's a compound element and not simply the root elements, this will allow you to pull from those anyway it'll turn them into the root, which is cool. We're just going to light this up. The rest of it I don't really know. We'll figure it out. Now the one part I don't remember how to do is to release the nodes in a jar. What was that? Basic? Yes. Okay, by constructing initial trapping spell does have a very good chance of damaging the node. While trapped, the node is kept suspended and will not regenerate Viz, nor can Viz be drawn from it. It is possible to free the node from the jar by placing it in the world and clicking on it with a wand. The jar will be destroyed in the process. So, we need... Let's grab a couple of blocks here. So what I want to do is eventually I'd like to have I would like to have nodes like up here all the way around, like a 3x3 kind of area. So because of that, we're gonna put this one right here. Okay, and now let's break this down. Leave that there. And for now, I'm going to put one here, I think. And then we'll put one over in the other corner, and that'll kind of alleviate my OCD a little bit. There we go. And now I can put a torch back there. Now, just to be safe, I'm going to hit Shift F and take off my foci, or focus. Oh gosh. Yeah, see, it has a little crystal eye thing. That's a compound viz. The rest of these, actually, I did a pretty good job of finding just regular stuff. Alright. Moment of truth. Oh, it actually worked. That's amazing. Oh, that's so awesome. Now, I researched a little bit on if these were this close, could they pull in and like put one right above the node and make it like cool, but apparently not. It won't do a giant node anymore. I guess that used to be a thing. Now, looks like there's no GUI for this, so I'm guessing we just click. Oh, look at that. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And it'll drain down to 1. But this way, we have one of each element here, so we just need to wait for the nodes to recharge. And the NVIDIA's actually being drained too. Now, the only question... Oh, there it goes. I was going to say, why is it not... Oh, that's so awesome. How do I turn my HUD off? There we go. Screenshot. That's pretty cool. Alright. I'm waiting for it to drain Perdido, because that's the one that I actually need it to drain for my enchantment room upstairs. Good. Now, it's probably not going to drain anything else, because I don't think I needed too much stuff. Right-click. Oh, it's so beautiful. Okay, let's just put that back. Oh. Put that back on there. And eventually, I need another ender pearl. We don't have a good supply of ender pearls, but eventually I'll put another elevator right here. And we won't have this issue. So now, we can click on this. I still need a lot more of the Perdido, though. Okay. So that's the only unfortunate thing, is I'm going to need more nodes to put around here. However, I already know of 2 that have Perdido. I simply didn't have the, yeah, I simply didn't have the resources at the time, or the know-how. I wanted to practice with some other nodes, and then get an area set up where, I basically wanted to set up this room before I captured too many of the nodes and didn't have a source to then go and get. So that's the big thing here, is now that we have the room set up, the pedestals are in place, we know it works, we've tested it, yada yada yada. Now we can actually go pick up some of those other nodes that were around here that I know of, that I have never taken the time to go pick up. And I've thought about moving this one, but I may end up just breaking it, because I think we have plenty. I don't know, I might just make a whole ceiling of nodes down there and never ever run out of viz. that might be a thing that I end up doing. So yeah, I think that'll about wrap things up for this episode. Hopefully in the next episode we can do some kind of group event activity of some sort. As well as I have an idea now in my head in the interim between clearing that space up. I got an idea for how I think I want to build the aesthetics of that room to make it look really fancy and magical. So hopefully I'll have that done next time, maybe. We can hope. So in the meantime, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you all next time. Peace.